friends, I have a new layout for you today, and this I actually did Sunday, I think, last Sunday, so a week from today. I'm a little behind on getting these videos up. I have layouts done, I just don't have the videos up yet. I am gonna use the new Amy Tan Finders Keepers paper on this layout. I just got this month, and I'm really haven't had much of a chance to use it. And it's very playful, and I'm finding it really hard to use these bold patterns. But right now I'm just looking through because I know that I want to put layers of paper on the side of that layout. And I kind of looked around through my papers at first to see what I wanted to use for the background, and I ended up with this Studio Calco paper that is from their new collection, the newer collections that they're doing, the paper 7 or 7 paper, and it's from the Amelia collection. So I got a whole bunch of that paper in my click kits, so I'm trying to use it up. And really, I probably wouldn't have known what to use this paper on, and then I seen it and it kind of reminded me of when you go down to Honolulu, and many of the taller buildings there aren't that tall comparative to other cities that I've been in, so it kind of was a good paper to use, I guess, since I am scrapping this picture of me and Amy Tan in a class that I took. So I'm just looking and figuring out how I want to layer these papers. I do use that white paper with the scissors on it is Webster's Pages, and that pink paper that looks watercolor like is from Simple Stories So Fancy. And I'm trying to figure out how to layer them so that they're coming out in different amounts, but I wanted it to be kind of symmetrical, and so I kind of took my time doing this, and it looks kind of weird right now, but it will come together, and it's definitely a little bit different than the way I usually layer stuff. And so I use that round paper with the craft and then the circles that have all these different stuff in them. That's really cool. It probably looks really cool on a big sheet. These ones have scissors, and I'm just cutting them at this point in different sizes because I know I want to use multiple of these or something like that, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. So I'm just kind of playing around, seeing what I think looks good, what sizes I'm thinking that maybe I want to put them. Like I said, I wanted them to be different sizes so they each kind of come out a little bit differently. And really the way I layered this is a lot different than the way I layer stuff normally. So it was kind of fun to just play around and do something a little bit different, but somewhat similar to what I kind of do already. And I didn't really do any mixed media on here just because I have all these layers and the patterns are so busy. I mean, with the circles and then the scissors, and then I have a paper with the camera. I use that camera paper in the middle, and then that pink and red with the dashes or like dotted lines. And I decided to do that in threes, and I kind of have a hard time because it wasn't straight. And even though it is really hard sometimes to tell how straight they are or even they are, and they're still not even. It's still a little bit higher, but it was really hard to get it underneath the other layers because I put them in after. So maybe if I had put those in earlier, I wouldn't have had such a problem. So I'm just cutting that, and I know I'm going to cut it off the edge, but I really want it kind of hanging off because I don't want, I want to make sure it's really flush. And I was thinking about maybe adding that because at this point I'm thinking about where I'm going to put my photo, and I had a smudge of paint that had gotten on the background, so I knew I wanted to cover that up, which is kind of why I picked my photo for the middle, even though I'd started out knowing that I wanted to layer on the side. I'm looking for papers to do my background in, and I did do this in black and white. One, the papers are so colorful, really having all the extra colors from our clothes, not that our clothes were way colorful, but having all the different colors from our clothes and from the background, and then all the colors from all the different patterns, I really thought that the black and white would look nice. And I need to get ink, and I'm lazy, so it was just easier to print it this way. And I really do like the way that it looks. It kind of matches the background a little bit. If I had had maybe a little bit more color in my printer, I would have used like more of a sepia color. And I did tie in a green paper a minute ago that was from Rise and Shine, maybe? It was from one of the other collections that I had left over, because I was looking for a print that wasn't very bold, but I wanted another layer, and I couldn't find another paper, and I really thought that tangerine with the pink with the tangerines was perfect. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, I have my photo just floating there in the middle of nowhere, doing absolutely nothing, and I need to have something connect it. So I was thinking maybe I'll put a piece of paper that I use, and I didn't like that. So I picked out a piece of washi, though in the end you really don't see the washi, which is okay because I kind of did a little bit more with it, so it's not so noticeable that it's just floating there. But I could have took the washi off after, but I took a while getting it on. It didn't want to stick, and getting it underneath the photo. And that washi has pineapple on it, gold pineapples, so it was perfect because Amy was in. Now, and like I said, this picture is from a class that I took at the beginning of August. Amy came and did a class for a store called Secura Lala, and I'll make sure I link them below, and I'll make sure I link Amy's channel below. And I'm just looking through all the cut apart pieces and seeing what works and what looks good. I kind of started playing around with that pink one, and I really liked the way that looked on the side, so I just kind of built up around that other side, and it kind of mirrors my really busy pattern layers. It's a little crazy for what I've been doing lately, but I really, really like it. Though I think I will have a hard time using this collection together. I might have to get some of the bigger pieces just to see if I can find a few pieces that aren't so crazy, or maybe get a couple extra of her other papers so that I have more neutral colors. But I really do like the brightness of these papers. They're so fun. So I like how that looks, and I'm thinking about what die cuts I want to use, or like maybe what kind of stickers. And I add a couple stickers, though really I cover most of them up. I think it's just because I really wasn't sure what I wanted to use or how I wanted to place things, because this is such a different type of design that I use. I wasn't sure what to use or how to make everything come together, so I was just kind of just going with the flow. So I add a couple of those dots, like the watercolor dots, and they're really cool. But I do cover that. I covered that bottom one up. I think there was another one I had that I covered up. Maybe not. Maybe that's the only one. And so now I'm going to work on the title because I know it's going to be pretty big, because I know I'm pretty sure I want to write Meeting Amy at least. And so at first I start up here thinking, oh, well, maybe I could fit it up here, and it's not working, so I move it over thinking, well, maybe this is a good way to connect the two sections, but I really don't like the way that this is looking. The way that my layers are, it's kind of hard to get the thickers on there and make them look decent. And at this point, I'm like, well, where do I put Amy? Because I didn't want it hanging way off. And then it hits me, well, why don't I put it down where the cityscape is? Because really, the cityscape is just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And it really isn't poignant to the story, except for the fact that her class was in the city. So I decided to kind of connect it so your eye does go there, and it makes a little bit more sense. Maybe in my mind, maybe it doesn't. But so, and then I was able to put tan down there too, and I really like how that looks. I just really like how it looks. And those stickers are from her last line, and they're more of a silver, and I really like the silver with all the colors. It's a nice neutral. So I'm looking through the die cuts now and seeing, and she's got a lot of big, like, journaly type pieces. So it's kind of hard to know what to use. And there's a few, like, phrases that were kind of cute. Some of them remind me a little bit more of, like, back to school type things or whatever. So I'm just kind of playing around. I know I really want to use the scissors because it was a class and we use scissors. So I was thinking maybe I'd use the pencil, but I also was thinking that I might want to use the pencil in Project Life or something with my kids, or a layout. So I'm just not sure. So now I put it back, and I found an orange piece that says Unbelievable in her brush script that she does. And I commit to that lemon or the tangerine, whatever it is. I think that one is actually a lemon, but I cut it in half so that I can put it behind each of the pink and red papers, because I have that pineapple and then the other square that says, oh, how fun, so that it kind of connects. And I think I was thinking I might do some mixed media on my background, and then I decided that I really didn't want to, that I kind of liked it a little bit cleaner. So I put that away, and I did pop dot the scissors. It just took forever to get the pop dots on, so I didn't show you. And I used the stamp that says this happened, and one of them accidentally was upside down, so that's why I did it 3 times. And then I'm doing the date, which was on the 1st, and I did that 3 times just because I did the other one. Though I did do it down at the bottom just to use up a little bit more ink, though you can't really see it. So now I'm going to do the journaling, and I was at first trying to do it mostly on where the colored was, but it wasn't working. So I just let it spill. And I did kind of cut this out because it took me a while to do it. And now I'm just doing some hearts because I thought that kind of looked cute, and it added to the playfulness of the layout, and then I am done. So I add some different colored mists, which I'm not really sure if I care for now that that part's done, but it's done and it's colorful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I just want to thank you guys for watching my channel and liking and commenting when you do. I really enjoy the feedback, and I really love the interaction that I get to have with you guys, even if I can't comment as much as I'd like. But I will talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Bye.